Tony?
Doctor's upstairs, sir. Wife's in the sitting room, Mrs. Mullen.
Got anything from her?
Still in shock.
Dr. Kaplan?
Morning.
Andrew Munro, Sun Hill. Suicide, you said, apparently.
Yes, well, first glance looked like an overdose. Sleeping pills.
But?
Well, after I called, I noticed the date on the label, and I doubt now there'd be enough tablets left to do any real damage. If he'd been taking them regularly, that is.
Had he been?
Can't tell you, I'm afraid. I'm only a deputising doctor. Got a call from the answering service local practice uses.
So you don't know what was wrong with him?
Looks like kidney problems. And there's a diabetes kit over here.
Natural causes, then?
Really can't say, sorry.
Right. Well, we'll have to see if his GP's willing to issue a certificate, then. Mrs. Mullen, no need to be alarmed. I just have to ask you a few questions, that's all, about your husband. Sorry we have to do this, but where someone dies suddenly and the circumstances aren't clear...
Aren't clear?
There was an empty bottle of sleeping pills by the bed. When did you find your husband?
8 to get him on.
And before that? When was the last time you saw him?
Midnight. I sleep across the landing.
And how was he then?
He went where? I mean, he had a stroke last year. Paralyzed. Because of his diabetes. Couldn't do nothing. All had to be done for him.
I understand. And last night?
He just went to sleep.
Sorry.
She killed him.
What?
Said he had this headache. Terrible headache. But the doctor, that's our doctor, Dr. Habil, couldn't find nothing wrong.
Sir.
Excuse me.
Sir, there's this young woman upstairs, Hazel Mullen, daughter, I guess. She's a bit upset. When I opened the door to her room, the first thing she said was, she killed him. When I asked her what she meant, she just clammed up.
You'll sort things out with the coroner's office.
Of course.
I'll just have a word with the wife. Mrs. Mullen, I've examined your husband. I'm afraid because I'm not his doctor, I can't say for certain
Hazel?
what death was.
I'm Andrew Munro, Sun Hill. We're here because of Mr. Mullen. Your father? May I come in? It's just routine, really, but we have to be clear in our minds about the circumstances surrounding what's happened here. And my colleague, PC Stamp, said you might be able to throw some light on that.
No.
He said you said she killed him. What did you mean?
Nothing.
Do you mean your mother killed your father?
I don't want to say nothing. Right, just forget it.
Is there anyone who can come and be with you for a while?
I have my daughter.
Doctor?
Well, that's okay then. I'll say goodbye.
Everything all right, Doctor? Nothing unusual?
How do you mean?
Well, if you're happy, I won't keep you.
Right then. Bye.
Not sure about this one. We need to get hold of the GP. See if you can get any more out of Hazel while I talk to her mum. I'll let Sun Hill know the score.
Right.
So what we're looking at, Gav, a spot on mercy killing?
Possibly. Or murder. Or suicide. Or assisted suicide. Or accidental death.
Or perhaps he just sneezed too hard. Oh, Munro did say he wasn't feeling too clever last night.
Mr. Monroe.
What do you want us to do, Gov?
Nothing. Just leave a space in your diaries in case uniform turn up with something.
So who looks after him exactly?
Me and my mum.
Must have been quite a strain. Pretty sick, wasn't he? I'm not sure I could take it.
Look, I told you. I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to talk to you. So just go away.
Your daughter said she killed him.
Hazel said that?
Mrs. Mullen, do you know how your husband died, Mrs. Mullen?
No. No. Oh, God.
Are you aware of the amount of the taxpayers' money you've been pouring down your snouts' throats for the last 3 months.
It's an investment, Gov.
Yeah, so when do we see a return? Andrew?
This sudden death's starting to look decidedly dodgy to me.
Oh?
Can't get a straight answer from either mother or daughter, and now they've clammed up. Mother just keeps saying he went to sleep.
She put him to sleep, more like.
You brought them in?
Downstairs.
GP?
Trying to get in touch, but isn't in surgery.
We talked to the coroner's officer?
Post-mortem's a distinct possibility, but we need the GP first.
Right. Well, looks like time we did some work, lads.
I can't just be sitting here, miss. Sorry. Got to get home, sort out the funeral.
It's all right, Mrs. Mullen. Everything's being looked after.
I've got nothing more to tell you people. The poor man's gone, and that's all there is to it. Can't he rest in peace? 31 years, me fella, and I can't even bury him.
Right, Hazel, I'll ask you once again. Do you know how your father died?
No.
Well, if you did and you're not saying, that could be a serious offence. And to be quite frank, the way you and your mother are behaving is, to my mind, more than a bit suspicious. You know what I'm saying? Do you think he took his own life? Hazel?
No.
Why not?
Because he was Catholic. He'd be looking at eternal damnation, wouldn't he?
He was devout then.
Well, he didn't go to church. He couldn't. But he believed.
And your mum? You?
No, not really.
You an only child, Hazel?
Not exactly. 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Younger, older?
All younger.
They still around?
One's in the States, one's in Bristol, one's in Acton, and one's at college in Liverpool.
And you still at home?
Someone had to.
Must be difficult. Most young women of your age went to...
Well, I'm not most young women, am I?
Even so, staying at home nursing a sick relative...
Well, what are you supposed to do? Stick him in a home somewhere and forget him?
Danny, any news on that GP, Harville?
No, sir. Not expected back till lunchtime now.
What happened last night, Hazel?
I don't know. I was out when she called the doctor.
Your mum? Didn't she tell you what the trouble was?
When I got in, they were talking. It went on for ages. I could hear them after I went to bed.
Didn't you want to know why the doctor was there?
My dad was often ill. Different things.
Didn't you look in on him?
Look, I'd had a drink, all right. A few drinks, if you must know. It was a mate's hen party. Well, I could have some fun too, can't I?
Of course.
It was bad enough before, but then...
After his stroke?
Yes. He couldn't talk proper or nothing. I couldn't understand what he was on about. All that crying and all. I mean, Mum, she's getting on a bit now, so she can't do, you know, all that she used to. So I had to get some sleep for the morning. I usually take him his cup of tea, see? Gives me Mum a lie-in.
So he could drink it himself then?
Yeah, his left arm was all right. About all that was, really.
And this morning, did you take him his tea?
No.
Because?
My Mum had said he was asleep.
Oh, she was already up.
Which was unusual.
Did you believe her when she said he was asleep?
Yeah, Yeah.
But she wouldn't let you into his room. Which is why, after you discovered he died, you thought she had something to do with it, yeah? Hazel?
She had no right. He was my dad.
Now, you're not under arrest, Mrs. Mullen. You can leave here at any time, and you can have free legal advice if you wish.
What for?
Just on your rights. But I have to caution you that you don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, I know this is difficult, and I don't want to keep you any longer than is absolutely necessary. All we want is a clearer picture of the circumstances of your husband's death.
Where's my daughter?
She's okay, don't worry.
What you been talking to her about all this time?
She's been giving us a statement on the background, family situation. Strikes me as being very dutiful. You don't think so?
To say bad things about your mother, who brought you into the world?
All right. Now, all we want is for you to tell us what happened last night and this morning. All right?
Yes, sir.
So last night, your husband had a headache.
Yes, sir.
And Dr. Harville suggested aspirin.
Yes.
And did he take any?
2. Just after the doctor left, about 8. And then again just before 12.
So the pain hadn't gone away? But you decided not to get the doctor back?
Eddie wanted to sleep. Thought it might do the trick.
So what did you do then? You made him comfortable? Then you left him? What time was that?
Midnight.
What state was he in when you left him?
What do you mean?
Well, was he sitting up? Was he lying down? Was he asleep?
Lying down, but not asleep as far as I could see.
And could he get up and move around from that position?
Could turn himself over. Left arm was strong. Used to be a fit man. Strong.
And could he sit up?
Was difficult.
Could he get out of bed?
Not by himself.
So he was dependent on you for everything?
Yes.
And Hazel?
Oh, she helped, but...
But what?
Well, she let you know it, you know. Deep down, I think she hated it.
And you?
He was my husband. He stood by me, I stood by him. In them days when we got married, black and white, hatred. What orthodox back to Eddie? His princess, he used to call me.
Who normally woke him up in the morning?
Hazel.
This morning?
He'd had a bad night. Told her to let him sleep.
So you were up too?
Couldn't sleep.
Oh?
Thinking of him. See?
Yeah, okay, I'll let him know. All right, bye.
Excuse me.
Yes, madam?
Could I see Inspector Munro, please? It's important.
And you are?
Harville, Dr. Jane Harville.
Had you and your husband ever discussed suicide, Mrs. Mullen? Euthanasia?
What?
Mercy killing?
Yes.
Even though it's against the teachings of the church?
If you believe that sort of thing.
Did he? Do you?
You answer me one thing. If God's so good, why him do that to him, eh? Good man like him who never hurt no one in his whole life. What's God gonna do worse to him than he had here, eh? He had his punishment here on earth. He was in hell, day after day, sitting there, thinking of the things he could do no more. Couldn't even get to the toilet no more, poor man.
So he wanted to die?
He longed to die. Longed to. Every day wake up. Oh, Lord, no, not again. Lord, no.
But he couldn't?
No.
Did you kill your husband, Mrs. Mullen?
No.
Well, let me put it this way. Did you help him to die?
Had enough.
Who?
Eddie.
So you helped him to die?
Yes, sir. I did.
Dave? Dr. Harville.
Hello.
Oh.
Brian Garner, Medical Defence Union.
My solicitor.
I see.
I said, where's my cup of tea?
Shut up!
I've got a right to refreshments.
What we got here, Tush? Aiding and abetting suicide.
Well, why's she got a brief here?
Wants to make a statement, she said.
Sounds well iffy to me.
She could be involved. We still don't know exactly what happened last night yet.
Or maybe she's just covering her back.
How do you mean?
Well, if she wasn't involved in the aiding and abetting, she could still think she might have been negligent in some way. You should have got him to hospital or whatever.
Ready when you are, Gov.
Right, well, you've made a start, Andrew. How'd you like to see what the good doctor has to say for herself? And then we'll have another word with Mrs. Mullen.
So, Dr. Harville, what was it you wanted to make a statement about?
My client arrived at surgery this morning to be greeted with the news of the sudden death of one of her patients, Edward Mullen. Although she had actually been on call before surgery this morning, the answering service the practice uses for some reason sent a deputising doctor rather than bleeping her.
Dr. Kaplan?
Exactly, who informed Dr. Harville that the police had reason to believe the death might be suspicious in some way. Mr. Mullen's wife and daughter have been brought in for questioning, I believe. Well, anyway, Dr. Harville has come here to volunteer any information she has that may throw light on your inquiries and to clarify her role in the situation.
With a solicitor?
Way of the world, I'm afraid, Inspector. More and more people are suing their doctors these days for the slightest thing, so they've had to react.
I take it you're not prepared to issue a certificate, Dr. Harville?
It's a bit academic, isn't it? Aren't you doing your PM?
Well, that's up to the coroner. So tell me, did the slightest thing go wrong last night?
Not as far as I'm aware, no. Mrs. Mullen called me about 8 last night, said her husband had a very bad headache. I examined him thoroughly and came to the conclusion it was nothing serious, probably just tension. I told him to take some aspirin and try and get some sleep, but to call me if the pain persisted. Then I left.
You didn't speak to Mrs. Mullen at all, or Hazel?
Well, I did have a quick word with Mrs. Mullen, told her not to worry, you know. I didn't see Hazel.
And that was the last you knew of things until hearing this morning that Mr. Mullen was dead?
Yes.
Well, seems straight enough. I'll get someone to take your statement and we won't keep you any longer.
Oh, well, thank you.
Expecting the 3rd degree?
Well, I suppose...
Not our job questioning medical judgments, Doctor. Hard enough dealing with ordinary criminals.
Well?
Some people might think it strange she's gone to such a lot of trouble to tell us precisely nothing. Except Hazel said Harville and her mum had a long chat last night, only she brushed it off just now as a quick word.
Can't see what all the fuss is about, to be honest. I mean, if he wanted to go and couldn't do it himself...
If he wanted to go.
Well, would you want to hang about in a condition like that? Not me, mate.
Well, that's not the point, is it, eh? If you're going to let your average punter help his loved one over the edge, well, that's the thin end of the wedge, isn't it, eh? You're going to get grannies up and down the country being told, look, it's a lot better, really, if you just lay down and let your doctor give you a shot of something soothing.
Danny?
Yeah?
Tosh and I are going to do a full interview with Mrs. Mullen. You take Dr. Harville's statement, stall her, and then bring it up here.
Right.
What happened last night?
Wanted to be free. Us all to be free. Hazel, that's no life. Should be married with children.
Just tell us what happened, please, Miss Mullen.
Nothing to tell. Just give him the injection and the rest of the sleeping pills so he couldn't feel nothing. Then a kiss and a hug. A long, long, loving hug till he was asleep. Then close the door.
An injection of what?
His insulin.
But I thought he was diabetic. Well, doesn't he need insulin?
But not too much.
You say you gave him the injection. Did you do it yourself?
Always give him his injection.
Where?
His arm.
Which arm?
Left, sir.
And he didn't help in any way?
No, couldn't.
How did you know how much to give him to end his life?
Doctor told me.
Dr. Harville?
That's fine.
If you could just sign the bottom of each page.
Then I can go.
It should be okay. I've just got to check with the DCI.
According to Mrs. Mullen, Harville gave a chapter and verse on how to ease her husband's passing. Even suggested he dictate a letter absolving anyone of any blame.
Oh, nothing about that in her statement.
It's funny, that, isn't it? Look, this means nothing in law, Danny, but try and find that letter. Mrs. Mullen said it's in a dressing table. Oh, and technically, we're talking murder now, Danny. She didn't aid and abet a suicide, she actually killed him.
Do you want a cup of tea, love? Mrs. Mullen?
There's just a couple of things in your statement I'd like to ask you about, Doctor, if that's okay. You don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but anything you do say may be given in evidence, okay?
Evidence?
Is this strictly necessary, Chief Inspector?
Yes, I think it is. So first, Mr. Mullen was a diabetic, yeah? So what, in your medical opinion, would be the effect on him of an overdose of insulin?
You don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
It's a pretty straightforward medical question, I'd have thought. I can always ask another doctor. I can ask the force medical...
Hyperglycemia.
So what's that?
Very low blood sugar level.
And that would kill him?
Depends how quickly it was corrected.
And if it wasn't?
Yes.
Are you saying that's how Mr. Mullen died?
Second in your statement, you say you had a few words with Mrs. Mullen after you'd examined her husband and then left. Now, was that conversation 2 minutes long and 5 minutes or what?
I strongly advise you, Dr. Harville, not to say anything more unless DCI Meadows explains what he's driving at.
Dr. Harville?
I rather not answer any more questions at this point, if you don't mind.
All right, I'll tell you what I'm driving at. Mrs. Mullen has admitted injecting her husband with an overdose of insulin. She says that after examining him, you had a long conversation with her, which Hazel also mentioned, during which you advised her on the amount to inject, how to give him sleeping tablets so he wouldn't feel anything, and arranged to visit her early this morning after she called you to write the death certificate, natural causes.
Do you have any evidence to back up this accusation, Chief Inspector, or is it all merely hearsay?
Only the mistake with the answering service blew it, which is why you came scurrying down here with him, to put your version of events on record in case the post-mortem showed up any irregularities, as you think it might. Isn't that right, Doctor?
You don't have to say anything. I should remind you, Chief Inspector, that Dr. Harville came here voluntarily to help with your inquiries, so unless you can produce some evidence to back up this most serious allegation, I think this discussion has come to an end, don't you?
Do you want to say anything, Doctor? Right, well, if you could wait here, please.
My client is perfectly free to leave, Chief Inspector, as you well know.
Well, if she does, she'll be under arrest.
On what grounds?
Conspiracy to murder.
Is it right Mrs. Mullen's looking at murder now, sir?
It's a possibility, yes.
Well, putting her through the court isn't going to do much good, is it? I mean, it sounds like she had the best of motives and everything.
It's the law, Matt.
Been punished enough, I'd have thought.
It was where she said it was.
Well, it proves zilch. We don't know if he dictated it in pain, under duress, or compos mentis, or even if that scrawls his signature.
Conspiracy to murder, then?
I don't know. How do you read Mrs. Mullen?
I believe her. Difficult situation. But I don't think we've got enough evidence to do Harville, though.
No. Well, I don't often say this, but it's at times like this I thank God for the CPS.
Aha!
You're free to go.
What did I say?
But the case papers are being forwarded to the Crown Prosecution Service.
Well, in view of your obvious lack of evidence against Dr. Harville, I hardly think we'll be holding our breath.
So what's going to happen to her?
It depends on the Crown Prosecution Service, if they decide to prosecute, and for what. If she's found guilty of aiding and abetting a suicide, she could get anything up to 14 years. But that's a rare prosecution. Murder, though, if she's found guilty in a case like this, hard to say. Could be anything from a suspended sentence to life.
I never meant her to get into trouble.
But we want you to return in a month to hear the decision of the CPS. Do you understand? Okay.
All right, then.
Yes, thank you.
You never let me say goodbye.
Ladies, this lad that you saw run off, about how old would you say he was?
He was very young.
Charles,
Go
ahead, Polly.
The ambulance is here now. I'll go with victim to the hospital.
George is talking to a couple of witnesses.
Received, Polly.
Is that George and Polly both tied up?
Yes, Sarge.
Have they got another shout on the Cockcroft?
Well, Narika's just finished at the post office.
85 from Sierra Oscar. You receiving?
Go ahead, Sarge.
Yeah, number 95, Balkan House on the Cockcroft. A disturbance. Informant and Mrs. Bishop at number 82.
Carol? Hello? Carol, are you there? Tony?
Hello, Shirley.
Oh, hello, Hello, Mr. Lyons.
This is Detective Inspector Haynes. He's my governor. Can we come in and ask you a few questions, please?
Of course you can. I'll put the kettle on. Fancy a nice cup of tea and some biscuits?
I'd love one, please, Shirl.
Sit yourself down, Mr. Lyons. Inspector.
Thank you, Shirley.
So, how can I help you?
Well, we wanted to have a talk with your husband.
Albie? What do you want to talk to him for?
Just a few questions.
He hasn't been up to anything, you know.
Who's he been hanging around with since he got out?
No one, really. He's taking things quiet.
Where is he today?
Well, he was here until about 2. He's been helping me with the kids a lot since he'd been out. Then he went down to the pub to meet Malcolm.
Malcolm?
Yeah, Malcolm Clay. They were in the scrubs together. Cellmates.
Which pub is that then?
I think it was the Green Man. Or was it the Dog and Duck they went to? Or the Cock and Crayon?
The husband routinely beat up the wife over a number of years until eventually he was put away for assault. I dealt with Carol in the DVU, but she and the little girl aren't here, Sarge.
OK, we'll check whether he's still banged up or not. First name?
Say again?
What's the father's Christian name, Norika?
Malcolm Clay.
Did he say anything to you?
Yeah, it was well weird. He says, have you brought the pizzas? I goes, nah, I'm an ambulance driver. Of course I brought the pizzas. Then he just grabbed them. Punched me, he did. Must have overbalanced me because I can't remember anything else.
They think you might have hit your head on the ground.
Yeah, well, it couldn't have been him who hit me because I'm a brown belt in karate.
So, someone phoned the pizza place and told you to meet him at the edge of the estate.
Yeah, we don't go to Cockcroft no more. It's too dangerous.
And they didn't leave an address?
No, just said behind the shops.
Bit unusual, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll tell you what else. It wasn't him who phoned in. It was a little girl.
Uniform got an assault victim at St Hugh's. A delivery boy knocked unconscious and relieved of the... I didn't think you would. Got a bag of nuts for that?
Dry roast or assault?
Anything for over there.
Okay.
What's that? Hello, Albie.
If it ain't me old mate Tosh from Sunhill. And,
Detective Inspector Harry Haynes.
Oh, Detective Inspector, eh? Yeah, we're honoured. This is my mate Malcolm Clay. Well, look, sit down. What are you both drinking?
We just want a couple of words with you, lads. I must caution you don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so. Anything you say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
What's all this, then?
What have you been up to today, Albie?
Oh, just been having a quiet drink, haven't we, Malcolm? We've been here since, I don't know, 2:15?
Yeah. Before that?
I was at home all morning with the missus and kids. You ask her.
We already have. Malcolm.
Just having a bit of a walk. I ain't been anywhere near my missus, if that's what you mean.
What's all this about?
A little burglary in Larkway Street.
Look, Albie, I think I should go.
So what was it? Just giving your ex-cellmate a bit of a handout?
What?
2 men were spotted driving away from the scene of a burglary. And do you know what? They fit your descriptions right down to your new trainers.
Hey, for God's sake,
Come here.
Malcolm,
Nothing
calm
to do
down.
with me, all right?
I'm arresting you on suspicion of robbery.
We
Don't have to
ain't
say
done
Unless you
anything.
wish to do so. But anything you say may be given in evidence.
Yeah, all right. Come on. We get the message.
Can you describe the lad who attacked you, Kelvin? As many details as you can remember.
Well, he weren't very tall. He was about 14, 15. He had on a pair of jeans, an old pair, not nothing trendy. And he had on a T-shirt and a baseball jacket, and that's him.
Who?
The lad who attacked me, that was him.
You're kidding.
No.
We're going to take Albie to see his missus, Ray. We don't want her disposing of the goods, do we, Albie?
Kelvin swears he's the one that pushed him.
He's been beaten senseless himself.
Well, perhaps my delivery boy did give him more than the pizzas.
Pizza. There were 3 boxes of pizza in Tony's flat.
Then your lad could have taken them and then got a hiding for it when he went home.
181 from Sierra Oscar.
181 receiving.
We've had a call for you from Carol Clay in a public call box on the Cockcroft, corner of Tallow Street and Nellfield Road. We've also checked on Malcolm Clay. He was released from the scrubs 3 weeks ago.
I'm on my way.
So the father's in the frame then.
You bet he is.
Give a dog a bad name, and even a new inspector won't let him live it down.
Not when he's up to his old tricks, Shirley.
I wish he didn't have to turn everything upside down. You're not going to find anything.
Made sure of that, have you?
I told you. He's given all that up.
I know he has, Shirley. I know. That's it. Let's go.
Carol. Come on, Carol. It's all right. No one's going to hurt you. There's nothing to be frightened of, Carol. We're here to make sure of that.
Where's Tony?
Tony's all right. He's at the hospital. He's all right. Come on. Let's get you back to Sunhill. It's all right. Come on. Come on. All right, Janie, come on. That's a good girl. That's it.
Here you go, go on.
Clever. Clever.
So how did it happen? Did you let him in or did he force his way in?
Who?
Malcolm.
What's he got to do with anything? He's in the scrubs.
Carol, we know he's been out for 3 weeks now.
So long as he keeps away from me.
Were you out then when he came round?
He didn't come round today.
If you don't tell us anything, Carol, we won't be able to help you. We need to know what happened.
You don't have to be afraid of him, Carol. You don't have to protect him.
This is it. This your lot then, Malcolm?
Was. Well, there's nothing here. Must have left it all to Albie, eh, Malcolm?
No, look, you've got it all completely wrong.
Not now, Malcolm. Save it for the tape.
Listen, Tony, you're going to have to tell me what happened to you today.
Don't have to tell you anything.
What about your dad? Have you seen him today?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
You don't have to be scared, Tony. We've got him back at Scannell.
What's he doing there?
Well, it's a bit complicated, but...
It's none of his business. He's not my father, anyway. Not anymore. Not my dad. She's not my mum.
Who planned it, Malcolm?
I don't know.
Whose van did you use?
I didn't use any van. For goodness sake.
Did you plan it while you were together in the scrubs? Is that how you used to while away all those hours?
We used to talk about our families. Albie's he's a good father, you know. I was trying to get him to go straight. For the kids. What about your kids, Malcolm? Tell us more about your walk this morning. Did you go anywhere near Balkan House? What?
Did you go round to your wife's flat after the burglary looking for an alibi?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm asking you a straightforward question, Malcolm.
Look, there's no way I'm going anywhere near my wife's flat. I'm not allowed to. Conditions of my release.
Only your son was found there this afternoon. He'd been assaulted.
Tony? Well, what's happened? Is he all right?
He's going to be all right. When he decides to talk, he's going to tell us who hit him.
Somebody's hit him? Yes, Malcolm. Who? Who's hit him? I think you know the answer to that. Come, it's Dad. You've got to tell me.
Sit down.
You can't just lay this...
Sit down, Malcolm.
I don't believe this.
I'm going to ask you a straightforward question. I want a straightforward answer. Were you anywhere near Balkan House today?
Never. I've never hit the kids.
Gov,
Yes.
has Malcolm Clay put his hands up yet?
He's either a good liar, Narika, or he's telling the truth.
What about the burglary?
Well, Albie Doyle's practically put his hands up to that already. He says Clay had nothing to do with it, but then he would say that, wouldn't he? But he might be right.
What about battering his son? Did you ask him about that?
I don't think he went anywhere near his son.
Who beat him up this afternoon?
I don't know. And I might be wrong. But you should open your mind to the possibility that it wasn't Malcolm Clay.
Your husband says he hasn't seen you since he came out of prison.
I've been telling you that.
It wasn't him who battered Tony, was it?
No. Look, I was in a state before. Thanks for your help. I'll be fine now. I just want to take Janie home.
We have to know how Tony was battered, Carol. Do you know who did it?
He's like his dad, always getting into trouble.
Bit of a handful, is he?
Yeah, he is. Can I go now?
Are you finding it difficult to cope with him, Carol?
What are you saying?
Well, he's 15. Boys are tricky to deal with at that age, especially when there's no dad around.
Sometimes I wish... I hate him sometimes, you know. It's been building up for weeks.
What has?
I don't know. I get this knot in me throat when he's near me. We've got no money. The place is a tip. They just make so much mess.
It was a mess that used to get on Malcolm's nerves, wasn't it?
At least when Malcolm was still there, we always had food on the table. The place was always tidy. I just took it out on him, okay? I just took it out on him.
Took what out on who, Carol?
Tony! I battered him. All right? I battered my son.
Tell him I'm sorry, will you? I'm really sorry.
Tony Clay, Sarge, just come in for St Hughes. Age 15, arrested for assault and theft. He's just been interviewed by the Child Protection Team.
Right, we'll have to get the FME then. All right, Tony. What's your address, please?
95, Balkan House, Cockcroft Estate, Sunhill.
One thing Malcolm never did, as far as I know, he never hit his kids.
Neither did Carol, apparently, until today.
What are you doing? Are you charging Carol Clay with the assault?
Yes.
What a family, eh? 3 of them in, 3 different crimes. Jim, have you interviewed Tony about the pizza robbery?
No, sir, not yet. Are you going to do his dad for the burglary?
Got nothing on him. Doyle says Clay wasn't involved. I believe him. I think Clay was genuinely trying to keep Doyle on the straight.
So, now that you've been charged, your daughter will be taken into care. And Tony will be too.
Will they be together?
I don't know, Mrs. Clay. You'll have to ask the social worker about that. But Malcolm's still here. Maybe he could find...
What's he still doing here? I told them it wasn't him.
He wants to help Mrs. Clay. Perhaps he can arrange for your kids to be kept together.
He's not having my kids. No way! There is no way he's taking my kids away from me!
I don't think he wants to.
Oh, God. What have I done?
Right. Tony, I've got to interview you now about the assault on the pizza boy.
I've already told you what happened.
There's still a social worker here, but your father has offered to sit in instead. Now, how do you feel about that? Tony?
Well, what's he got to do with it?
Well, he's concerned about you.
It's all his fault anyway. She'd never have done what she did if he hadn't patted her in the first place.
So you don't want him present?
Yeah.
OK, I'll tell him.
No, I mean, I do. Yeah, I do want him present.
You sure about that?
I want him to see what he's done to us.
What do you think will happen to Tony?
He'll be dealt with by our youth and community section. I don't think they'll come down too heavy on him. He's got no previous offences.
He was always a good lad, you know.
They'll take his family problems into account.
What about Carol?
It's up to the magistrates.
So the kids, they don't have anyone, though.
Social services will sort that out.
What's happening now, then?
You're being bailed to appear before the magistrates, Mrs. Clay. We'll just check your property first, and then you can go home.
Where's Tony?
He's just about to be interviewed concerning the assault.
Can I see him?
What do you think?
She saw the pizzas and she grabbed them and she threw them down. And I started shouting at her. And I said that I told her that we were starving and I had to do something because she wouldn't do anything. And I said, you're useless. You're not a mother, you're useless. I told her she was just like my dad. I should have never said that. She just went mad.
Thanks, Tony. That's all we need. Interview terminated at 19:13. You're free to go now, Mr. Clay.
Look, I'm trying to make a new start here. So, if you need me anytime, this is where I live.
Mine, there you go, yeah.
Carol!
Don't you dare try to take my kids away from me.
I would never do anything to hurt those kids. You know that.
Tony made his statement then, has he?
Yeah.
So you're off home then?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
I haven't done anything wrong, you know.
Haven't you?
I served my time for that.
Yeah. But some people are still paying for it, aren't they?
No sign of them yet, Sarge. And we've got them. Assault in progress. We're going in. Oi! That's enough!
Are you all right, mate?
Yeah. He's nasty whoever he is, but he's not very good.
You don't know him then?
No, never seen him before. He just jumped me for no reason.
Do you want to take this further?
Oh, yeah. All the way.
Right! I'm arresting you for assault. You do not have to say anything unless you wish to do so.
You've got the wrong man, mate. It's typical.
What time did it happen? Just after 3. Night duty had to clear the flats above. Fire officer came in, checked the gas and electricity. We got them back in their homes about half an hour ago. They must have been happy campers. Yeah, you can say that again. 3 times in 3 months.
Why don't they shut the place up?
A good question. I'm going to go over to the estate office and ask them what they're going to do about it.
You got anything? The engine number. Other than that, not a lot. There was a petrol can on the back seat. Looks like they splashed the stuff around. If so, the car would have gone off like a bomb.
So someone might have been hurt?
It's possible, yes.
And it couldn't have been an accident?
Highly unlikely. OK, we're off.
Cheers.
Did anyone see anything, Sarge? No, they're all asleep. Well, apparently there is one witness, and Mrs. Moore.
What do you want?
Mr. Moore?
That's me. Not the police, you can't be.
Detective Constable Woods, WPC Croft, Sun Hill.
What a surprise.
We understand your wife...
How did you know where to find us?
Your wife gave a name.
No, I mean the estate. Because I'm sure it's not on any of your maps. Just a big hole where the white gate should be, isn't that right? Well, now that you're here, you might as well come in.
So you're unhappy?
Unhappy? I've had it up to here, mate. Me and lots of others. Law and order on this estate, it's broken down.
You mean like the lifts, Dad?
You keep out of it. We don't see a copper from 1 month to the next. Not till it's too late.
I'm sure that's not true, sir.
Oh, you lot cruise through with your windows wound up, but you don't do anything.
Well, that's why we're here now, sir. Now, your wife...
No idea what it's like bringing up kids.
Mr. Moore, we understand your wife saw something last night. Is that correct?
2 lads running out of the garages. Just
Perhaps we could hear it from her. Is she at home?
She's having a lie down in the bedroom.
I'm not staying around for this.
Hey, where are you going?
Out.
Out where?
To get some fresh air.
Paul! Paulie! See, we do our best. What can you expect?
Yeah, I'd like to go and talk to your wife, Mr. Moore. Is that OK?
I'll bring you a cup of tea. What about you? There's a fresh pot.
Well, that'd be nice, Mr. Moore.
Call me Eddie, please. Everyone else does. And after all, we are on the same side, you know? Law and order.
Mrs. Moore? Mrs. Moore? Mrs. Moore?
Daddy going on.
I'm WPC Croft.
Gets worked up. You can't blame him.
You saw something last night.
Mm.
Can you tell me about it?
Well, I couldn't sleep. I got up and went into the front room to have a cigarette.
And what time was that?
Just after 3.
What did you see?
2 kids running away from the flats. They kept looking back like they were expecting something to happen.
Tea up. No sugar. Alan here told me.
Thanks.
How you feeling now, love?
Tired.
Have a little nap. Huh? Did you tell her?
Your wife was telling me, Mr. Moore, when you came in. Go on.
I saw these lads running. Then the fire started. I heard it. Woof. You know, I didn't know what it was at first, so I woke Eddie up.
It was me raised the alarm.
Can you describe these 2 boys?
Better than that, eh, love?
Mrs. Moore?
Go on, tell her. She actually recognised one of them.
A coloured lad.
Both were, goes without saying.
You saw them too, did you, Mr. Moore?
No, they'd scarpered by then.
The boy's name, it's Owen, Clyde Owen.
Clive Owen?
No, Clyde, with a D.
Yeah, I know him because, well, he lives on the estate, always hanging around.
Loitering with intent. Isn't that what you'd call it?
I'll be back as soon as possible to take a statement, Mr. Barclay.
I can't wait.
And the doctor will probably be about half an hour.
No sweat, darling.
Make a habit of assaulting complete strangers in the street, do you, Mr. Gorn?
No.
I take it Mr. Barclay is a stranger.
Ask him.
We have. And he says he doesn't know you. Isn't that right, Mike?
He says the first time he set eyes on you was when you hit him in the face.
Maybe he doesn't know me. I know him.
Looks like your Mr. Gaunt has led a blameless life, Polly, up until now.
Could you try the victim, Narika?
The victim?
Yeah, pose a phone and UB40. Know what I mean?
Why don't they just wear a sign?
Frank Barclay, late 20s.
Frank Barclay?
You know him?
Oh, yeah, we all know him.
Mr. Barclay. Inspector Munro.
So, somebody took a swing at you at last?
Yeah, streets aren't safe.
Help us make them safe.
Yeah, how?
Stay off them.
What is this?
Keep away from the children on that estate, Mr. Barclay.
I get on with them so well. I mean, they love me. Kids, women, dogs.
If you've got any thought of picking up where you left off, forget it. I mean that. And if I were you, I wouldn't waste time standing around here.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to press charges. Just want to give the jerk a scare. Tell him to stay away from me. He may not be so lucky next time.
Tell me, Terry, have you ever met Frank Barclay before?
Before what?
Before you thumped him this morning. He says he doesn't know you, but he knows your son, doesn't he, Terry?
Your Daniel used to be one of his customers. Isn't that so, Terry?
Oh, and most of the other kids on the estate.
What was Barclay selling him? Crack? Heroin? Ecstasy?
If you know about it, if you know he's a dealer, how come I'm the one in here?
Clyde Owen. Father unknown, mother walked out a couple of years ago, lives with his grandmother now.
How old is Clyde, sir?
Just turned 12. Busy little bee. Shoplifting, theft from motor vehicles, bag snatching, drugs, mainly drugs.
Using or dealing?
Both. He used to be a delivery boy for Frank Barclay.
He went down a few months ago, didn't he, sir?
Yeah. Frank Barclay kept the Whitegate supplied with drugs for 18 months or more. Concentrated on the youth market. Used kids as runners, paid them in cash and in kind. He turned quite a profit.
Is he still inside?
The last I heard, he was in reception waiting to make a statement. Someone tried to beat him up. Can't imagine why.
This business last night, sir, stealing a car and setting it alight. Does that sound like Clyde to you?
Well, the little charmer's obviously capable of it, though I doubt he was actually driving the car.
Sir?
Too short to reach the pedals.
If Barclay had pressed charges, you'd be in serious trouble.
I got the guts, has he?
Maybe not. Maybe I convinced him he's seen enough of this place. I despise Barclay as much as you do.
I doubt it.
Oh, I do, believe me. But I also despise vigilantes who think they can solve the problem with fists and boots.
Do something, then.
We did, Terry. We caught Barclay and put him away.
Now he's back. In the same flat he was dealing from before. Kids on the estate think he's a hero. More so now that he's been in prison.
If he breaks the law...
What, another slap on the wrist? Listen, my Daniel's just got clean. He goes to school again, answers when you speak to him. It's up to me.
I want to take that as a threat, Terry.
Take it any way you like.
We'd better give Mr. Gaunt a little more time to think it over.
Hey, lads.
Barclay.
Yeah, that's him.
Mrs. Owen,
Yeah? What do you want?
I'm DC Woods from Sun Hill. This is WPC Croft. Is your grandson at home?
You'd better come in. Clyde's a good boy. He went off the rails when his mother walked out. But there's been no trouble for months. Please sit down. What's it about?
Where's Clyde now, Mrs. Owen?
Still in bed? Asleep?
Out late, was he?
Answer my questions first, if you please. Why are you here?
A stolen car was set alight under Bevan House last night, Mrs. Owen. You probably heard the commotion.
I'm a sound sleeper.
Your grandson was seen running away from Bevan House at the time of the fire, Mrs. Owen.
Seen by who?
Doesn't matter by who, Mrs. Owen.
Yes, it does. Some folk blame Clyde for everything bad that happened on the estate. And now that that man is back, it'll start again.
What man, Mrs. Owen?
Frank Barkley. He's the one that led Clyde into his evil ways.
Mrs. Owen, I think we better talk to Clyde now.
I'll get him up. Burning a car? Clyde will never do that.
Don't envy her.
What, you mean having a tearaway for a grandson?
I mean, bringing up a kid with a man like Barkley around. Nice-looking boy.
He's gone. Clyde's gone. His bed hasn't been slept in.
Andrew.
Sir?
You've had some trouble on the Whitegates estate?
Yes, sir. Someone set fire to a stolen car early this morning.
Uh-huh. You got a man in custody?
No, sir, not for the fire.
Terry Gaunt?
There was an assault. Jarvis and Page broke it up. Gaunt attacked a drug dealer.
Frank Barkley?
That's right, sir, though I'm not aware that's connected with the fire.
Well, it may not be, directly. But I've just had a call from someone on the estate speaking for all the concerned and respectable residents.
I'm glad to know there are some, sir.
Andrew, that's exactly the attitude. Ordinary people on that estate feel we've abandoned them.
Do they, sir? Seems to me it takes rather a lot of our resources.
They're worried. And if Frank Barkley's back, they've reason to be. Which is why I'm going down there to talk to him face to face. It can't do any harm, and it might head off trouble.
Clyde Owen, IC3, male, 12 years old.
You sure?
He could have burnt his hands and face.
My gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Make that all the hospital, starting with St.
Thank you,
Hugh's.
Amelia. And if you see him, phone me and tell him to come home. God bless.
Anyone else?
No one I can think of.
We'll contact the hospitals just in case.
Do you really think he's been hurt?
Well, it's a possibility, Mrs. Owen.
My dear Lord.
Try not to worry, Mrs. Owen. Let's wait and see.
I don't see what Barkley's got to do with the fire.
Maybe nothing, but he knew Clyde Owen. Clyde was at the scene. Paul! Paul Moore! You remember us, Paul?
CID. Coppers in disguise.
Paul, do you know a young West Indian lad called Clyde Owen?
Yeah, I know Clyde. I know all the kids on the estate.
Do you know where he is?
Nah. Why should I?
Can you tell me when you last saw him, then?
It's important, Paul. Clyde might be in trouble.
And you want to help him.
Clyde's gone missing, Paul. He didn't go home last night. His grandmother's very worried.
All right. Clyde was down here about 9 yesterday evening, hanging around as usual.
Was he with anyone?
Yeah, a few of his little mates. And a bloke called Frank Barkley.
Frank Barkley? You know him, then?
Oh, yeah, we all do. Frank's cool.
I don't imagine your father would agree with you there, Paul, would he?
My dad hates Frank. He was losing his rag about it last night.
Oh, so your dad saw Frank and Clyde together too, did he?
Oh, yeah? Where he goes on, you think they're in a mafia.
Come on, Barkley, hurry up.
You're out of luck, he's not at home.
Detective Constable Wood, Sun Hill.
WPC Croft.
Oh, yeah?
Do you know a Clyde Owen?
Yeah, little black kid lives on the estate. Why, what's he been saying?
When did you last see him?
I haven't. Not since I've been out.
That's not what we heard.
We'd like to ask you a few questions, Mr. Bartley. Can we go in?
I can. You can't.
Bartley!
You think Clyde's in there?
Yeah, it's possible.
Sir, after the Whitegate, sir.
Yes, why?
Can you take this to Croft and Woods, sir?
Andrew, I'm going there to talk about community policing. This is hardly appropriate.
They need to search Frank Barkley's flat, sir.
Oh, well, fair enough. Have you released Mr. Gaunt yet?
Oh, we're seeing to it now, sir.
Right.
Had a chance to think on it, Terry. What Inspector Munro said about fists and boots.
I've been thinking about that a lot.
Good.
If you repeat the offence, I've no doubt that Mr. Barkley will overcome his aversion to this place and press charges.
I've been thinking about that too.
In which case, you could be looking at a custodial sentence. Prison, Terry.
Don't worry, Inspector. You won't see me again. Can I go now?
Ladies. Show a bit of tact, Ellen. I'm supposed to be here as CLO.
Yes, sir. Mind you, it's for Barkley. You think the people around here would be pleased?
So why are you going in exactly?
Well, Clyde Owen was seen last night with Barkley. Very chummy. Since then, the boy's disappeared.
What, and you think he's in the flat?
Oh, I don't know, sir, but we need to make sure one way or the other.
So what brings you out here, sir?
Oh, I got an agitated phone call about the estate going to the dogs. Thought the time was right for a bit of preventative policing. I'm seeing a fella called Moore.
Mr. Moore?
What do you make of him?
Oh, he's a bit of a barrack room lawyer, Simon. I'm not saying his concerns aren't genuine, though, you know.
But you are saying I should watch him, yeah? OK, thanks, I'll bear it in mind. Look, let me know what you find in Barkley's flat, will you?
Sir.
If necessary, call me at the Moors, OK?
Sir.
Thought I heard knocking.
Hello again, Mr. Barkley. As you see, we're back.
And this time we'd like to come in.
In.
Ah, Mr. Moore, Chief Inspector Conway, we spoke on the telephone.
Eddie, please. And you're?
Sorry?
I can hardly call you Chief Inspector Conway now, can I? What's your Christian name?
Derek.
Come in, Derek. They're all dying to meet you.
Oh, I thought there was just you and your wife.
Oh, I rounded up a few others, just to give you value for money, like. Go on in.
You needn't show us out.
I don't get it. You've hardly looked. I thought you were going to take the place apart.
Oh, should we take it apart, Mr. Barkley?
No, you'd be wasting your time. I swear, I mean, I've only just moved back in.
Oh, that's a pity, son.
We didn't even know why we were there. Thought we were looking for drugs.
Yeah, I know.
Look, I'm getting a bit worried about Clyde.
Now, to cap it all, Frank Barkley, put away for selling drugs to our children, comes out and moves straight back into his flat. Sets up shop again. That can't be right. We feel abandoned, like you've written us off. You've got to show us it's not true. So what you doing about it?
We're doing something about it right now. As we speak, officers from Sun Hill are searching Barkley's flat, looking for a missing child.
What missing child?
Clyde Owen.
Him? He's a little criminal.
Possibly. And when we track him down, we'll find that out. But he's still a child. And we're concerned about all the kids on this estate, aren't we? I mean, that's what it's all about, this, isn't it? More than anything else, the children.
What about my Terry, then? I mean, he was protecting his kids and you arrested him.
Yeah, shame you're not so quick about catching the real villains.
Your husband took the law in his own hands, Mrs. Gaunt. That doesn't do anybody any good.
Terry did it for the kids.
How about the real criminals?
If your husband assaults somebody, Mrs. Gaunt, whoever it is, that makes him a real criminal with a real chance of going to prison.
Hello? Oh, yes, he is. It's for you.
Oh, thanks. Alan? Right, so you don't think he's been there at all, then? Right.
They've got a laden casualty at St. Hugh's. Yeah, he's got burns to his hands, arms and face. Petrol. His girlfriend brought him in. She was a bit hysterical, apparently. She said he nicked the car, set fire to it, for a joke. Yeah, well, she saw him do it, sir. Well, you know, I think it has to be, sir, doesn't it? His name's Patrick O'Donoghue, 17-year-old IC1. I should say so, sir. We're going there now just to make sure. Nope, there's nothing else. And Owen's grandmother hasn't been able to trace him either.
Right, Alan. Thanks for letting me know. Bye.
Listen, Derek, there's one or two things
Well,
that...
it looks as though we've caught the lad who set light to that car. Some officers are on their way now to interview him at St. Hugh's. He wasn't the lad that you identified, Clyde Owen. He was a white youth with his girlfriend. Still, anyone can make a mistake.
No need for us both to go. You stay here for a while in case he turns up.
Okay.
I'll call you from the hospital. If we don't hear anything in an hour, I better start a search. He's only 12, after all.
Mrs. Owen, is there anyone else you can think of he might have stayed with?
I'm sorry it wasn't a more satisfactory meeting, Derek.
On the contrary, Eddie, I thought it was very satisfactory. You heard my position, I heard yours. Hopefully we're both a little wiser.
Well, yes, of course.
Look, I think you better go back in there. Your wife seemed to be a bit upset by the whole thing. And who can blame her?
Patrick O'Donoghue?
Yeah?
DC Wood, Sun Hill. How bad is it?
Bad enough.
It was the Whitegate estate.
Yeah, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah. Where's your girlfriend?
I don't know.
Patrick, do you know a young lad called Clyde Owen? Come on, West Indian kid, 12-year-old.
No, never heard of him.
I'm sure she'll be relieved, but he's still missing, isn't he?
Oh, no. Look.
Hold on, something's happening. Yeah. Call an ambulance.
Proper job this time, didn't they?
Who did?
Don't know. Didn't see him.
What? Of course you saw him.
Don't know who they were. Sorry, can't help you.
And I'll say it was you burnt that car. Understand? They'll believe me too. Me and the police, we're like this.
Untie you. Now!
Listen, Derek!
Just do it! And don't call me Derek. It's all right, Clyde. It's all right, mate. It's all right. It's all over now.
I wouldn't have hurt him. I was just teaching him a lesson. Showing him the difference between right and wrong. You understand that, don't you?
I understand that. It's a pity that you don't. You're under arrest.